fucking way. A movie where you all got scammed into, guess what? After the movie ends, there's no information on this. You want information? Go to a website to find out more. Okay, time to get the computer out. Where's this file? rawcfiles.com. What the fuck? There's no info in this case. I just see a bunch of ticket info and movie bios. This is back in 2012, when this movie came out. If you watch this movie today, I have to go to a website to check this out? What the fuck? It doesn't work anymore. Well, this movie was bullshit. Yeah. We're reviewing what many call the kryptonite of found footage films. That is the devil in horseshit. I mean the devil inside. Honestly, devil in horseshit sounds like a better title. Because this film is automatic horseshit. Even before the review, I'm already slapping the horseshit on this fucking film. Because it sucked. What is literally the plot of this fucking film? Well, this revolves around an American girl named Isabella, who goes to make a documentary film so we can all understand what happened to her mother, who murdered 3 people. She was not convicted because of insanity and got sent to a mental hospital in Italy. Shouldn't she still be convicted regardless? I'm pretty sure insanity is not how you get convicted. Insanity is not how you get free from a crime. Oh, you're insane? Okay, you can just go to a mental institution instead. You don't have to go to prison. Yeah, you still do. I'm pretty sure you still do. Wow, it's stupid either way. But Isabella meets with 2 priests in Italy who explain her mother's condition may not be medical, but it could be extra human possession. And it never gets explained, and it never gets resolved, and they never touch up on it at all. So, how was The Devil Inside made? This all started with the film back in 2005. Writer Matthew Peterman wrote about the Vatican's School of Exorcism and approached director William Brent Bell on exploiting it. The duo wrote this traditional script, but eventually they got frustrated with the process, so they rewrote to a mockumentary style, following a suggestion from producer Morris Paulson. Yeah, this makes perfect fucking sense. No wonder. That's comforting to know. Then filming began in 2010 in several locations: Romania, Italy, and Vatican City. And because it's found footage, guys, remember, it's found footage. It's found footage, but it doesn't feel like found footage. In a way. Yeah, there's a guy holding a camera, and there's security cameras, and there's interviews. But you know what? You could just call this a normal film because it's literally shot like a normal film and you would miss nothing. It literally just feels like a normal movie. It's shot in documentary style though, but whatever. And Lorenzo and Steven Schneider took the film to Paramount Pictures and they decided to produce it through this low-budget company called In Search Pictures. They acquired the film as their first release because, guess what, guys? You want to know what they wanted to repeat the success of? Paranormal Captivity. Yeah, I remember when that was a box office hit, and I fucking don't know why, because even that was a shitty movie too. Somehow, Paranormal Activity got a pass, got critical acclaim, and apparently, this one was a bomb. This one was worse, but they both suck. This one's worse. Some weird reason people were even hyped for this. I don't know why. But the film was produced on a low budget of $1 million, so it was still a great success at the box office, with $101 million worldwide upon release on January 6, 2012. but it was panned by critics and audiences viciously. And it's known for having one of the most despised endings in horror. Like, it topped the US box office opening weekend with 33 million, but it went in the second weekend. And then it was gone completely from existence forever. So my reaction, I've already shown my reaction at the beginning of the film, but it's same as everyone else in the world. This movie is so fucking stupid, and it sucks fucking crap. Crap out of the sewers, crap out of the toilets, many crap found in the alleyways. This is no doubt the number one worst found footage movie to ever exist in cinema history. And you want to know what else it did cause? It killed the genre's popularity. None of it, there were still found footage movies being made, but guess what? Not a single one was ever a box office hit ever again after this. Because this movie showed everything wrong with found footage, and it made people realize that it was all a fake gimmick. Because the movie ends by making you go to a website to see how it really ends. The website wasn't about the ending. It was just ticket info and character bios. And now, the website doesn't even fucking work anymore. So much for that little scary gimmick. Yeah, leading to a website is so scary. Yeah, it's filmed in a mockumentary style. There's bouncing, swaying, far too zoomed in camera angles, but it still doesn't feel like found footage. Yeah, this style gets picked by the director to make the exorcisms intense and frightening, except they're filmed with like fixed viewpoints, and when the camera plays around, it's when the cameras are talking to outline the story. So, it's just pointless, and it's irritating. The acting also the acting sucks. Like, the main character, Isabella, okay, she's not terrible, but her performance was just bland, and most of the time her face was like no facial expression, has the face of a robot. It barely looks like she really cared about her mother, or was interested in exorcisms. Just interested in making a mockumentary for that sweet money to cash in on the murder case. Other characters, they're all pathetic. Father Ben, one of the priests, is pathetic. Michael, the cameraman, is pathetic because they're just two-dimensional characters that are just there to be there. And, like, the acting isn't bad. It's not the actors. Like, the actors aren't giving bad performances. I mean, the actor for Father David gave a fine performance. And there, I guess, Maria Rosie's actress does give a fine portrayal of a possessed victim. But she gets hampered by, like, the appalling line she was given. And, like, after they kidnap her from the hospital, she's never seen ever again. And worst of all, like, the storyline. This storyline is just an empty, pointless, void of a script. Too many plot holes. Too many laughable jump scares. Laughable dialogue. Embarrassing attempts at horror. This film is just awful that it's going to be hard for me to really talk about this movie. The characters talk to a camera because it's still found footage, and one of them is Michael's filming everyone constantly. So you have these little blurry scenes. You get annoying characters talking to cameras to let the audience know what they're thinking because it's shot like a documentary. Yeah. And like the trailer, apparently people were so scared of a trailer. And, like, I saw the trailer before even watching this film, and what was scary about this trailer? This was like every other fucking horror trailer. There was nothing scary about this. This is the same as every trailer for almost every fucking demonic possession horror film. Damon was so hype-worthy about that trailer. Guess what? If I was this age when the movie came out and the trailers came out, and if I did go see Paranormal Activity 3 in theaters because the trailer was shown before that, I probably would be laughing my ass off at the trailer too and saying how it looks so stupid. And I'd be proven to be right because nobody liked this film when it came out and it immediately vanished. as soon as it released. Like, oh my god. So, like, there's a thing called trailer fail. Like, anytime they attempt the so-called jump scares, they're all in the trailer. So it's already, like, The Devil Inside isn't a case of trailer fail, but a case of trailer disgust. Like, every scene in the trailer, that's all the jump scares. All the scares in this movie are all in the trailer. Like, you get this bored, like, donkey-sounding 9/11 call at the beginning, shaky camera footage when they arrive at Maria Rosie's room, the fake news reports, half of, like, incredibly mundane, dry dialogue about religion and stuff, like, more, like, religion stuff. Like, Paramount clearly wanted another Paranormal Activity franchise on their hands. And yet, they learned nothing why Paranormal Activity was hated by some people. You think maybe they would try to actually make this better than Paranormal Activity? It's still having so many tiresome scenes of dialogue that just want to exist to bore the audience to sleep. Yeah. There's many found footage films that should have got the Paranormal Activity franchise treatment, not Paranormal Activity itself. And I mean as in actually good sequels. Cloverfield was better than Paranormal Activity. Grave Encounters was better than Paranormal Activity. VHS 1 was good, but VHS 2 was better than Paranormal Activity. Wreck was better than Paranormal Activity. See, there's found footage movies I like. Because those are unique. Oh, right. Oh, wait, Chronicle. Chronicle was better than Paranormal Activity. You want to know why Chronicle is good? Because it doesn't end the same fucking ending as every other found footage horror film, and it actually does something new. For a change. There's one survivor that gives a little sad-like speech about all his friends being gone and saying that the guy that was the somewhat villain is not a bad guy, takes his camera to Tibet where he always wanted to go, leaves his camera, flies off, the end. Right there. This ends right there. You still get a survivor. You still get some kind of hope. So it does something a little new. This ends the same as every other found footage fucking horror film. Just nothing about the Devil Inside setting is eerie or ominous. It's as dry as the material you're presented with. Yes, I know, it's mockumentary, I know that. But this Michael guy that's holding the camera, this guy clearly shows he sucks at being a fucking cameraman. Like, it's like this guy keeps going, I'll zoom in on this, I'll zoom in on that, I'll zoom in on this, I'll zoom in on that, I'll zoom in on this, I'll zoom in on that, I'll zoom on this, I'll zoom on that. Stop zooming on the fucking camera and just hold a shot! Because, like, the camera keeps closing up on faces and going back and forth. That was annoying. And, like, there's no scares because there's nothing scary in this film. Even the trailer scares aren't scary, like I've already said. So anyway, how do we start off the Devil in Horseshit? The Devil in Horseshit starts off with logos, no music, just Paramount presents The Devil Inside. No score whatsoever. And then you get a bogus 911 donkey-sounding call, where Maria Rosie apparently committed a triple murder during an exorcism. The church got involved, and she got sent to a psychiatric hospital in Rome. And her daughter, her main character, learned the murders from her father, who died 3 days after telling her. How the opening scene goes. Free people. What are you, free people, dude? Free people are dead. I killed them. Kill who, man? Yeah. Already fell asleep during these few minutes. And they get more news reports. Like, Maria Rosie killed these 3 people. Here's the crime scene we're investigating. And she was not, because she was too insane, we get to keep her out of jail and we send her to a hospital instead. Yeah, I'm pretty sure lots of insane people go to jail. Lots of them. It'd be like saying, oh, hey, you're insane. Don't worry, you could just go to a hospital. You don't have to go to prison so you get acquitted of murder because you were just insane. How stupid are these fucking court cops? What the hell is that? What kind of excuse is that? That's lazy? And it's just not a good way to set up your movie. Fine, like, they try to set up this story well enough, but the story, when it tries to explain the world of exorcisms and the church's approach to them, and then establish the mother is possessed. We all didn't know that, but the movie thinks we're all so stupid. They go out to put their chase in a church to do an exorcism. It's maybe a thing that they're just gonna have to fight for. And like, do you think like you get some kind of movie? Like, I expect maybe a good climax with the mother's exorcism. Like maybe the trailer. Maybe you'd get something like the mother's exorcism, a found footage exorcist movie. Yeah, but that seems like a good idea, Don G. Corleone. We already had one. It's called The Last Exorcism, and that fucking sucks too. That had a good concept, and they ruined it by giving it the Rosemary's Baby treatment at the very end of the film. That'll eventually not be a review, but not for a while. Anyway, I'm talking about The Devil Inside. You know, there were many other ideas for found footage you could have did. How about, maybe a found footage vampire movie? Or maybe a found footage werewolf movie? You've already did found footage aliens multiple times. You've already did found footage monster movie with Cloverfield. You already did found footage ghosts to death. You've already did found footage zombies with Wreck. And it's shot-for-shot Psycho 1998 remake Quarantine from America. So how about do a werewolf one or a vampire one? No, we need to do another Exorcist one because that's fucking cool. And we're gonna end it with a website because that's so scary. No, it's not. I don't know what dumbass came up with that idea. Like, there's no character development. It draws from empathy from moviegoers. The scary scenes, they're the same as like every other Bumhouse horror flick. Like, I'm surprised Bumhouse didn't make this. I would be surprised if they make a movie like this. This pathetic excuse of a horror movie offers nothing new. But it was the found footage bore fest that was being done to death. Because when this came out, found footage was a constant, non-stop thing for many films. So anyway, our next scene, like 20 years later, the present day, 2009, I'm surprised this ain't set in 2011. Isabella, our bored main character, is in the process of filming this documentary with the shitty director, Michael, about exorcisms and wants to find out more about her mother. So she goes to Rome to see her mom, Maria, meets two priests named Ben and David. Maria then speaks in different accents and shits herself while screaming in an unidentified language. Okay, when Isabella gets to the hospital, she sees her mom in the room, and you get the connect cuts. Like, she says that repeatedly. That's really what she says. So she says, I don't have a daughter. And then the scene ends with her going, and that's supposed to be scary. You're going, ah! She looks like she's fucking smiling. What jackass wrote this jump scare? This is one of the funniestly stupid jump scares in history. Wow. Wow. And then shits herself while screaming. She's got crosses carved to her arms, her bottom lip. She even tells Isabella killing shouts against God's will. Apparently Isabella had an abortion years ago, and her mother didn't know that. So that should be a sign of possible possession. So David and Ben then take her to this exorcism performed on Rosalita, who's this other young woman they have. Rosalita calls Isabella by her name, despite the fact she doesn't know her, so that creates another plot hole in the process, and then attacks all the crew, but they get her under control, manage to get so really quick. Then, when they're during an exorcism on Maria, she mentions knowing what Ben did in the past and transfers demons to David and Isabella. The process is not super successful. And so, yeah, like, basically how this goes is I think they managed to snatch her away from the hospital. And, like, one of them's warning not to do this, they could get in trouble, but Isabella thinks this plan will totally work. So, is this character seriously willing to break into a hospital, kidnap a not stable patient, take them to the real world, where, they could probably escape, commit more murders? You think maybe that could happen? But no. No, this'll work totally fine. We'll pour an exorcism and she'll be all fine. Yeah, how do you know that's gonna work? What, are you like a genius on exorcisms or something? But you're filming a documentary. You should know nothing about exorcisms. Yeah, she doesn't sound like she gives a fuck about exorcisms. Was clearly just trying to film this documentary to make herself famous. Like, so the group presents out to the church. Like, the exorcism on Maria, yeah, that's so unsuccessful. That was not a surprise. Ben finds 4 different demons speaking in unison. Then, performing at a baptism at church, David mutters lines from the Bible and then literally drowns a baby in holy water before he passes out. So all you get in like half these 83 minutes, cameras zooming in and out, in and out, in and out, as possessed people or curse or do gymnastics. Yeah, apparently demons can do gymnastics and fly around the room because that's fucking scary. Like, that's it. You just get mostly boring characters sitting around and explain the plot. Oh, we went to do this. Oh, we went to do that. Or, this thing happened when we tried to fix this case. Stop talking. You're making me fall asleep. Just get on with the fucking movie. Like, it's just so predictable. Just so generic. Nothing original. Nothing for veteran horror or just a newcomer to the genre at all. Like, this, like, I mean, here's the thing, though. The actors, like, they're not giving hilariously bad performances. It's not the actors' fault for this film. It's nothing about them. Their performances just sound like they're bored, but the actors at least did kind of try their best for what they were given. The shitty material they were given, they at least tried to put in some effort. But that doesn't help that the main characters are not likable, or you don't care about them because they're just one-dimensional. Because of the dialogue they get, and the dirty, rotten script with laughable jump scares. And this, like with an 85-minute runtime, this literally feels like 100 minutes because of how bloody, slow, and badly paced this is. It doesn't care about its audience and just treats the audience like they're stupid by making them go to a website that didn't do shit, was just ticket info, and the website don't work no more. There is like no ending to this film. It's like, well, what are we gonna do? I guess we could cut that and have people go to a website when they get home. We're gonna lie about that website because we're not gonna make anything resolved. So we'll make a fake website so that people will go watch the film and believe this shit's even real. Like, oh my god. Like, if this film came out today, guess what? Would people be hyped for it? No, they would not. Would people rush to go see it? No, they would not. Would people like the film even now? No, they would not. Would people even talk about it? No, they would not. And then, of course, like, now you literally get on with now I'm going to talk about the abrupt shut-off of the movie. Usually I would call this part the finale, but guess what? There's no ending of the movie, so I'm not calling it a finale. Because it doesn't deserve to be called a finale. It's just an abrupt shut-off because it's like they ran out of money. So anyway, in this abrupt shut-off, a pathetic excuse of a finale, Ben finds David at home with blood all over his arms, much like the way Maria Rousey was. The police arrive, and David acquires an officer's handgun. Ben tells him, don't do it, don't shoot yourself, don't shoot yourself. You're being tempted to do it. But he begins to weep, recites the Lord's Prayer, forgets the last few words. I can't do this, but this is thank you. And then the guy shoots himself onto the Bible pages. And then Isabel starts having a seizure. Something. And so the bored cameraman and the last remaining younger priest, they take her to the hospital. This younger priest guy, I forgot to mention, this guy literally looks like a teenager. He might as well be a teenager. It hardly looks that much like a priest at all. And him and the cameraman look way too similar. So it's kind of hard to figure out who's who. They both look similar. But the cameraman and Ben, they take her to the hospital. And when they're trying to get a nurse, the nurse is saying, she's perfectly fine here. No, she's not perfectly fine here. We have to get her out of here. And then suddenly you see people running to her hospital room, and you see apparently Isabel slashed the nurse's throat. So Ben now realizes, oh shit, she's possessed. We need to get her out of the hospital, and we need to go back and perform an exorcism on her all over again. Yeah, because that totally worked with Rosie. It's certainly not going to work with Isabella. I'm getting to that part real soon. That's how this goes. Ben and Michael, they go to the car, they start driving, and Isabella, who was sedated, tries to strangle Michael and breathes into his mouth. Then he instantly shows signs of possession. Accelerates into oncoming traffic. He unbuckles his seatbelt and, starting to show signs of possession, he accelerates the car into traffic. The car collides, killing Ben, killing Michael in the process. The camera gets all fucked up, and you see the car wreckage inside the car. And Isabella is nowhere to be found, but she might as well be dead. Because it's a found footage horror film. They always have to end with everybody fucking dying. But she's gone. For no reason. And then, guess what? They end the movie with a title card showing information that the case of the Rossi family is unresolved, and tells viewers, you all need to go website because I scammed you of 83 minutes, I scammed you of $10, and I already scammed you of a whole trailer of all hype because you're all so stupid to believe this movie's real. Haha, the end. Bye! Yes, guys. No. That's how it ends! That says, directed by William Brett Ball. No! This got a huge reputation for being one of the most hated horror endings of any horror movie to be ever crafted. Besides, the website wasn't even fucking real. It was just a ploy so you'd go see the movie. Just a movie website in a way. And it ain't gonna work anymore if you watch the movie today. Hell, you know what? Hell, there's even audience reactions to people getting so mad and swearing and booing at this ending. No, there is a video. Go Google it on YouTube. There's literally an audience reaction to how hated this ending is. It really pissed off that many people upon release. That's where it all stops. A link and then boom, the end. Now get out of our sight. The idiot director, or the idiot Paramount insurge people laughing in your face that they basically scammed you of your money and ripped you off with a lazy, not scary horror film that they want you to actually think would actually be scary. And what's worse, guys, guess what? This director, he still got to direct movies apparently. But then again, this made money for some weird reason. So he still got to direct films. You want to know what he directed? He still directed a bunch of shitty movies. He directed the 2 Boy movies. Both those films are shit. You want to know what else he directed? He directed that shitty, lazy Orphan prequel from 2022 called Orphan First Kill that was just a rehash of the first film, except it ended on a downer ending, and Esther winning was made way too damn late. Like, like Isabel Furman, Esther's actress, was literally already adult age by then, so it'd be too damn late to make that prequel. All of those were not well received. None of those. So how is this guy still able to direct horror movies after how hated this was? Oh, right, yeah, I remembered. Again and again and again, the money. Why do you... So, guys, why do you think found footage doesn't get made anymore at this rate? Why? Because this... No, actually, no, it still does get made with the VHS films, but why do you think... what I mean to say is, why do you think it wasn't profitable anymore after this? Right, this movie really put an end to that. People finally started to realize found footage was not real. With that fake website. Paranormal Activity 4 didn't make money. It did, but it was not successful like the first three. Paranormal Activity, the marked ones, was not. Paranormal Activity, the Ghost Dimension was even less. Unfriended was not really successful. The Gallows was sure not successful. So, found footage was kind of dead. Oh, Blair Witch 2016. Yeah, that fucking bombed. Found footage was pretty much so dead. Doomed. So I guess there's one good thing, is that at least it finally put an end to constant found footage knockoffs. Like, the actors, I mean, it's not their fault the movie ended like this at all. It's definitely not their fault this is how the movie turned out, because honestly, they were just given a shit, they were honestly kind of just given a shitty script to work with. You could tell most of them did try putting in their efforts. Some of them did, but they just had shitty material to work with, because this had the wrong people doing this. Like, there's just nothing to like about this movie. It's really that awful. It's one of the worst horror films ever made. Please do not watch this damn film. Avoid it. So in the end, The Devil in Horseshit is a big pile of horseshit, and it's total horseshit that is never, ever, ever worth turning on if you ever come across it. Anyways, guys, that's it for my epic rage rant on The Devil Inside. And if you're wondering how to rate The Devil Inside, here's how I'm going to rank this movie. So overall, if you want to know what killed found footage horror movies, it's this big pile of horse shit that you must never ever watch or ever go near in your life, and only exists to treat you like you're so stupid to believe any trailers or any website links. And if you're wondering how to rate The Devil in Horse Shit, I'm going to give The Devil in Horse Shit a rare -0 out of 10. Man, I got that trash out of the fucking way. I wanted to thrash this film after seeing somebody review it, and I got to finally do that. And sadly, our bad movie rewatches ain't gonna end, because we have another bad film to sit through, and we're returning to the Jeeper Creeper with his second outing. Yep. And even I think that film sucks too. Sorry. Until then, guys, that'll be it for this epic rage rant and episode. Thank you all for watching. And if you like this and want to see more, don't forget to like, subscribe to Don G. Corleone.